The moment a king chose truth over his own child, even the gods looked away, because it was too painful to watch. Harishchandra is not remembered because he was powerful. He is remembered because he was trapped inside his own promise. In his kingdom, people sleep without fear. His word is so reliable that disputes end when he speaks. And that's exactly why the test comes. A sage arrives, eyes sharp like a verdict, and asks for a donation, an enormous one. Harishchandra agrees instantly, not to show off, but because giving is his duty. But then the sage names the price, the entire kingdom. The court gasps, ministers beg, the queen's face tightens. The young prince clutches her hand, not understanding why adults suddenly look like they're standing on the edge of a cliff. Harishchandra could back out. He could renegotiate. He could do what most of us do when a promise turns inconvenient. Pretend we never meant it that way. He does none of it. He signs away his crown. Here's where it gets impossible. The donation isn't over. The sage demands dakshina on top of the kingdom, more wealth, more payment. Harishchandra has nothing left, so he sells what remains: himself, his wife, his child. Imagine that. A king, once surrounded by lamps and incense, standing in a marketplace while strangers inspect his strength like he is livestock. The queen, who once gave orders, now watches her husband's wrists measured for chains. The child, who used to run through corridors, now clings to his mother's sari, sensing the world has turned unsafe. Harishchandra forces his voice to stay steady as he completes the sale. Not because he is stone, because if he breaks, the promise breaks with him. He becomes a worker at a cremation ground, not a temple, not a forest hermitage, a cremation ground, where the truth of life arrives daily on bamboo stretchers. His job is to collect the fee before bodies are burned. And then everything changed. The day his own wife arrives, carrying their dead son. The boy has been bitten by a snake. Life left him fast, unfairly, like a lamp snuffed by a careless wind. The queen, once royal, now poor, has no money for cremation. She doesn't recognize the worker at first. He is covered in ash and hardship. His eyes are hollow from nights spent among funeral fires. But when she looks closer, she knows. Her knees buckle. Grief hits her like a wave. "My lord," she whispers, and the word "lord" sounds absurd in a cremation ground. Harishchandra's heart shatters silently. Every human instinct screams, "Let them burn the rules, burn the vow, just hold your child." But the vow stands like a blade between him and his family. He asks for the fee, not because he lacks love, because he cannot betray truth even to soothe his own agony. The queen cries out, rage and heartbreak in one. "Is your promise bigger than your son?" Harishchandra's voice trembles for the first time. "If my word dies," he says, "then what is left of me to give you? Not even myself." What happened next, no one expected. The gods reveal the test. The sage's harshness dissolves. The cremation ground brightens as if the sun remembered this place too. The child is restored to life. The kingdom returns. The chains vanish like a nightmare at dawn. But Harishchandra doesn't celebrate loudly. He simply holds his son, and you can feel how close the world came to losing a kind of truth most of us only admire from a distance. The final takeaway can only belong to this story. Harishchandra didn't keep his word because it made him happy. He kept it when it crushed him. And that is why his truth became a fire that even the cremation ground